up, and I decided to give her an interview at the ground level. Immediately, the guards challenged me, saying no cameras are allowed on the ground level, and I explained that the Media Relations Department gave me permission to do so, and they said that's fine as long as you're pointing the camera outside of the building, which I did so for the interview. 10 minutes into the interview, the guard again approached me and told me that the person they thought that was in charge of media relations wasn't, and the person who was in charge did not allow cameras, so I had to leave. So here's the interview that I was able to get shortly before I was asked to leave, and of course what counts is, what's your opinion?
Okay, your name?
Pramila Malik.
And why are you here?
Well, I'm here to represent impacted communities and present a petition to FERC commissioners, letting them know that the American public are tired of their rubber stamping policies and request meaningful participation and engagement in the process.
Okay, tell me your personal experience dealing with FERC.
Well, I'm the founder of a group known as Stop the Mini-Sink Compressor Station. We engaged the FERC process when we received notices that our new neighbor was going to be a natural gas facility, specifically a 12,260 horsepower gas compressor station. And so we engaged the process faithfully. We read the FERC rules and regulations, and we read all of the national as well as state and local environmental laws and regulations, and then we articulated our objections within that framework. And we were very, very confident that per FERC's own guidelines and per the National Environmental Policy Act, that we were absolutely on solid ground that the project should not be approved in our community. Yet it was approved anyway, and we presented to the FERC Commission through an abundance of testimony, through affidavits, we submitted all kinds of evidence documenting lies, omissions, misstatements in the reports submitted by the project sponsor. So we were very confident that, based on all of those violations, based on all of the inaccurate data, that the Commission would have no choice but to rule in our favor, just based on simple, common sense, long-standing jurisprudence. But yet, we were shocked to find that they approved it anyway, and in fact, had become so frustrated with all of the legal arguments that we put forth that they actually at one point just shut down the review process, the comment process, and just expedited the approval. So it seemed like at some point somebody, the word came down from above that this project has been delayed long enough and it needs to get approved. And the approvals were just immediately issued.
Okay, so explain that shutdown to me, because as a layman, I don't quite understand the shutdown process. In other words, legal arguments are being presented, and what would be the standard procedure that they typically have to follow, and what procedure did they follow?
Well, I mean, the standard procedure, the law, the National Environmental Policy Act states that all agencies exercising any kind of discretionary decision-making must do everything possible to protect the environment and to protect human health. And therefore, one can conclude from that mandate that as long as we're submitting substantive arguments, testimony, and reports,